Here we are in the middle of the wilderness. I'm Bear Grylls, and I'm gonna teach you how to survive in the wilderness so that you don't die. Here we are walking along the wilderness trail. It's really sweltering out here. I might have to pee on myself here in a moment just to stay hydrated. But if you look to your left, to your right, you'll see a wild wolf taking a crap. And although we want to avoid it right now, that'll come in handy later on tonight when we're hungry and we need food. So now we're right in the thick of it all. It's getting really hot and I can really hear all of the deadly locusts. Can't you hear? I can hear them everywhere. They're going to kill me if I don't stay alive. What I've got here is a bottle of water, because if you don't bring water to the wilderness, you'll die. Sometimes when people go on survivor treks, they don't bring water because they don't think they'll die, but they're wrong and they die. Here I am next to a tree that I will probably have to sleep in tonight, because I can't sleep on the ground. Alright, I've been out here for a couple of hours now. I'm really starting to get hungry. So I'm just going to sit down for a moment and look around for some little wilderness treats. Right here we have leaves. These are a delightful source of vitamin C and nutrients. I feel better already. That was good, but now I need more. I'm hungry again. But I better keep walking. Alright, we're coming into a deserted rainforest now. So here I am in the rainforest. That was a really big snake, but I just killed it. I would eat it for dinner, but it's poisonous. And if I eat it, I'll die. So I'm just going to keep walking. What I really need to look for now is some water. Because if I don't find water soon, I'll get dehydrated and I'll probably die. But I might not, because a lot of really scary things have happened to me and I haven't died yet. In here, there's a couple of trees that have really good leaves, really good leaves to eat. You have to be really careful when selecting a leaf, because you don't want the one that's got a growth like that, because that will kill you. And actually, I realize now that was a judgment error. Those leaves are poisonous. But here's some wild wheat that I'll save for later and put it in my pocket. That way I can eat it for dinner tonight when I'm camped out up in my trees. Well, actually, I probably won't camp in those trees because they're pretty high. I tell you, being in the wilderness for days like this really makes you think. And I might actually be starting to go a little bit crazy, but I really hope not. It's been 17 hours so far, and the sun is still beating down like it's the middle of the day. My next mission is to find an open source of water so that I can get off of this island. I've been walking around for hours and still nothing. Oh! Look here! Look at that! It's a boat! I mean, that's gotta mean water's near, right? There's a lot of ants on that tree. Okay. Okay. We've got to approach it carefully. We don't want to scare it away. You have to listen to the crinkling of your feet so you don't scare it away. And once you're certain close, you've got to pounce on it. And now I've taken the boat, and it's mine. I'm not scared of it that it will run away. But as you can see, it's really big. So I'm just going to leave it here and come back for it once I find the ocean. Now that I've marked my territory, it won't run away, and no one will try to steal it. At least I hope not, because that would really put a damper on my survival skills. Alright. It's really important to make a trail of when you find something like a boat. So what I'm going to do is leave bits and pieces of grass, because you never see grass in the wilderness. So when you see it, you'll know that you just marched your own very own trail. Get out of frame. Alright. Moving on. Whoa! That was a viper. There was a viper right there. But I avoided it. And somehow, I'm still kicking. I think it's because I'm Bear Grylls. As you can see, dusk is falling. But you don't want to be out here when it gets dark, because that's almost a certain death wish. So what I'm going to do is get out of the open, where creatures of the night can see me, and get next to the tree line, where I can dart for cover at a moment's notice. Oh my god! Something's after me. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to find out. So what I'm going to do is make a run for it. There's a nice little tree canopy up ahead, and I'm going there. So here I go. I can hear it coming after me, but I think I'm losing it. Alright, it's nowhere to be found. At least not right now. So for right now, the danger's been averted. But that doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet. I mean, well, I'm out of the woods, but not out of the forest. Oh, look here. I've never seen such a great source of meat and protein and vitamin C. It's a wild boar. Do you see it? Right there. It's huge. And if I don't take it down, it's going to take me down. So I'm going after it. Alright. Let's get all ready. And then get a nice sharp knife that you can stab it with. So, I'll go after it in just a moment, as soon as I find that knife I was speaking of. Okay, first I've got to leave my canopy here, which I don't want to do, because it's a great source of protection. But I know I've got to if I want to survive. So first I'm just going to peek out. Coast looks clear so far. Got to make a run for it. There's a stack of weapons over there, and I'm going for it. I've got it. I've got the biggest knife I could ever ask for. And now it's time to go after this wild boar. Well, it's got its back turned. It turned around, but it can't see me over its wheelbarrow. So good for now. hope it turned around again. It's like it knows that I'm here. But it can't, because I'm Bear Grylls. Okay, it's turned around again. I'm making a run for it. I'm making a run. Okay. I'm getting closer. But it's also getting farther. Because every time I move, it moves. Which I don't understand. Why it doesn't just stay still and let me kill it, but either way, I've got my work cut out for me. Okay. Oh, look what I just discovered. It's a tarp. It may not be of any use now, but later on tonight, when these temperatures are soaring in the mid 300s, I'm going to need this as a source of shelter. Okay. I got distracted by the tarp, but the ball couldn't have gotten far, right? I don't see it anywhere yet. There's a large mountain straight ahead, and it could have gone around the mountain. Oh, there it is! There's the ball. I've got it. Got it in my sights. I'm ready to take it down. Okay. First I'm going to throw things at it so that it's dazed. I've successfully dazed it, and now I'm going in for the kill. It's putting up a fight. They don't look like they're strong, but their tusks really come after you. I had to wrestle it to the ground. Oh man, it's getting the best of me, but I can't let that happen. No, I've got it, and it's almost dead. Okay. Now I've got to slit its throat, but I seem to have lost my knife. So I'm just gonna have to break his neck. I'm sorry, but I have to eat you. I've got him. And now I've got a nice juicy meal for tonight. Because it's dead. So all I've got to do is skin it and then eat it. Okay. Alright. Due to the sensitivity of our viewers, I couldn't skin the animal on this show, but I did it behind the scenes, and as you can see, it's yielded a lot of meat. I mean, look at the amount of protein on that. The vitamins I'm going to get out of this are just exponential, and I think this could be the true key to my survival. So I've got to make it last. Going back into my little clearing here, where no one can see me. I mean, nothing like animals. There's not people out here because I'm all alone in the wilderness. Alright. I'm just going to have a little bit of my wild pig ball. Then I'm going to move on with my mission. As you can see, it can be really rough going down raw, but it's worth it because the vitamins packed in that meat are what's going to keep me alive, and I've got to remember that when all I really want to do is vomit. And again, hydration is key, so you can't waste any water. You've got to get it all down your gullet so you don't die. Alright. Now, I'm going to make myself a hammock in the tree so that I can sleep safe above the elements. And I'll see you in the morning. Alright. I'm cozied up tonight. And this should be a really comfortable sleeping quarters for the night. Good night. and Bear Grylls. Well, this morning I had quite a sleep, but now it's time to see if any of the traps that I set up yesterday caught anything that I could eat for breakfast this morning. So what I'm going to do is come out of my canopy for the last time, because I've wasted too much time staying still and I can't stay in one place any longer. Here's the first trap I set up. Let's see if it caught anything. As you can see, this bucket here was sitting on top of this stick and then it fell. And I was hoping that it would catch something in it, but all it caught was trash. So I'm going to move on to my next trap, which is right over here. I wove these together to make it look like a bush, but it's really not a bush. It's a lot of leaves that will kill you if you touch them. And as you can see, I've caught something. These are wily little creatures called squirrels. And although they might not look very tasty, they aren't tasty. But the vitamins in these, that's something you just can't neglect. So I've got to eat them. Let's get it down. That sounded like civilization, but it can't be. It can't be civilization because I'm all on my own. Must be the heat getting to me. It's like a mirage, but you hear it instead of see it. It's like a hirage. I've got to keep moving if I want to survive, because this heat is really getting to me. Oh God, look what we've got. Up ahead. It's a brick wall. I tell you, for the survivalists, there can be nothing better to see than a brick wall. Because unlike all the other food that we've had so far, even the wild boar, it's delicious. And although you can't chew it, unless you've got really strong teeth, it's really nice just to lick for a little bit. So here goes. Oh, God. It's so good. That brick wall, those 2 licks on the brick wall, it looks kind of like a butt, could be the key to my survival. In fact, I know it's the key to my survival. But now, I think I'm nearing the end of my journey, because I know I can't last much longer. So I've got to try to find civilization. Ugh. Ivy. It's so dumb. I've got to go in. Got no choice. Yeah, I do have a choice, and I'm not going in. There could be snakes in there. And although I eat spiders and scorpions on the regular, and I eat snakes, that doesn't mean I'm not terrified of them. Alright, I tell you, it gets hot out here. It gets really hot. I don't know how much longer I can take. That brick wall didn't sustain me like I thought that it would. I really should have taken another lick. But now it's too late, because I've lost it. And I didn't leave a trail like what I did at my boat. Which reminds me, I'm gonna go check on my boat. Alright. It's really important that when you're walking in the wilderness, you've got swagger. Because if not, you look dumb. Here we go. Let's see if I can find my boat again. I better be able to. Because if I can't, I'm gonna die out here. Oh, there it is! Look! There it is! But there's birds all over it. Wild birds. With antlers. I think I'm getting the whooping cough. But I've got to push through. Because now I see. I couldn't see it last night because of the heat and the setting sun, but the ocean, it's just beyond the boat. Do you see it? Right there. And I've got to get to my boat. I just don't know. I don't know if I can get... I've got to push through if I want to get home and see my family. I've got to push through. And again, even though this is my territory and I've marked it, the boat could still jump away at a moment's notice. So I've got to approach quietly and then just take it. Ah! Alright, I've got it again. If I can just mount myself on the boat, I can sail out of here. Okay. It's a lot hotter than you would think it is. Because the boat is very shaky. And I don't want to die. Okay. I thought maybe that would work, but it didn't. So I'm going to try plan B. Hold tight. Okay. Oh, here I am. I've made it. I've made it on the boat. And now I'm basically home. The long haul's over with. And I think I'm going to be okay. All I've got to do is get this thing moving. Which is the easiest part I've faced yet. Alright. Well, I hope these skills have helped you in life. I hope that one day, if you're stranded in the desert, rainforest, on a deserted island, you won't die. I'm Bear Grylls. Do, 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 do.